Hopefully you guys enjoy the way that I decided to share my story with you guys. If not, it's okay. I'm not for everyone, and that is totally okay. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Growing up from a young child, or at least as I can remember, being 5 to 6 years old, I was always really shy and didn't speak much, but always watched what was going on around me. Growing older, didn't realizing and understanding that observation was always my form of nonverbal communication. If I was comfortable with you, then I would speak to you, but I didn't really know that later on in life it would serve me in such a huge way. I had a few teachers who would really try to get me to engage and get out of my shell, and for that I am extremely grateful. Shout out to Ms. Master Giovanni for seeing my light at an early age and being of support through those times. Throughout my adolescence, I felt a very heavy burden from my mother that endured while navigating through life and raising myself and later on my brother. Growing up in an unstable home where it was chaotic and loud made me very emotionally overwhelmed, filled with anxiety, and having no form of expression or ability to use my voice. The only form of expression I had to get me out of the house was dance, and it really created my way of communicating through movement, and it was from that point on my love for the arts began. In being raised in a household of immigrant parents, speaking about your feelings and emotions and mental health is not one I had space for. I suffered a lot from being misunderstood and depressed in my childhood. It resulted in me getting my emotions out in unhealthy ways, such as negative self talk and physically harming myself by cutting. I've been through an array of challenges growing up, from even living at a shelter at a point in time. I struggled with low self esteem, negative body image, being friends with individuals who weren't great friends at all, endured jealous insults or underhanded compliments, but in hindsight, it wasn't an environment conducive for change. Being the only optimistic person and solution oriented person, especially at a young age, people just normally disregarded your voice. One way in which I took my power back was by making a decision to move away for school. I wasn't able to move away until my sophomore year of school, but it hit me like a ton of bricks. Leaving everything and making a decision for myself threw me in a massive, crippling depression. I felt guilty for leaving my brother behind. He was young, and leaving him to deal with his studies alone made me realize what it looked like to choose everyone but yourself. In choosing myself, that depression awakened something within me. And honey, that was choice. It was 2015. I wrote out, "Who is Kadisha?" And of course, I said typical things like daughter, sister, cousin. But I wanted to get to the core of who I was, and I was in search for Kadisha. I was in search for myself. I knew that this isn't how I wanted to continue my story, and I knew that God had more in store for me. It jump-started my journey of deep self-discovery and spiritual awakening. I always say it's not about where you've been, but it's about where you're going. I began to ask myself deep questions of who I am, why I am the way that I am, and began reflecting on my upbringing to decipher which thoughts and beliefs were mine, what burdens am I carrying that are not mine to bear. I deciphered what was I conditioned to thinking and began to reprogram my mind to my own beliefs and thoughts. The journey of healing is not one that is easy. Some may be called to do it, some may not. But when it is your time, you'll know. I began to reevaluate my choices, who I spent time with, how I felt around individuals, was there any reciprocity in the relationships I was engaging in, but most importantly, was I felt, seen, and heard by them. I had to learn to practice forgiveness, not with others, but mostly with myself. I had to reparent myself who desperately needed the emotional support and guidance I lacked in my upbringing because of lack of awareness that is generationally due to poverty and struggle, especially in BIPOC families. I found tools and hobbies that supported my growth, feeding myself spiritually outside of traditional norms such as church. I educated myself on more holistic and energetic approaches. The woman you see in front of you has been a work in progress. She's been in there the whole time, yearning to be seen and come out. I've been serving as a guide the past 7 years with close friends and family, but I'm extremely excited to extend my help to others. The same skill of observing helped me observe patterns and beliefs that were holding me back and transform my life, but also the lives of others. As a spiritual life coach, I will assist in your life by guiding you to a journey of deep self-discovery. If you desire to cultivate a life of happiness, love, connection, accountability, and achievement, but not quite sure how or don't have the tools in getting there, let me show you how you can transform your pain into power. The inner healing wellness, such like our divine being, all of the answers are already deeply rooted within you. So I hope you join me as we dive deep and explore our shadows and allow our inner healing to bring us to our divine light. Glowing from the inside out, the inner healing well aims to get you in alignment in your mind, body, and spirit for the benefit of all beings. Inspired to make this video basically to share my story. There's so much power in actually sharing your story, sharing your voice. It really allows for everyone, you know, that like sometimes we've gone through some things where, you know, other people have gone through similar things, other people have overcame them, or some people are currently going through those things. So the power in sharing your story and sharing those lessons is that we feel less alone when we actually share our story. And there's so much power in your voice and sharing your truth, and once you're able to express it and really do that healing work behind it, it no longer has power over you and no longer has that shame or that guilt that you may have been carrying with it. So I wanted to go ahead and share my story with you guys. So here it is. I hope that this helps someone. I hope that this resonates with someone out there, and knowing that, you know, no matter what you go through, it really isn't about what you've gone through, but it's really about knowing, and that you have the power of choice to do so. So I just wanted to remind you guys of that. And like I always say, have a great day on purpose. So I hope you guys enjoy. Bye.